Good evening, folks. This is The Weird Part, and I am your host, Vincent Treewell. I have this episode listed as bonus content and not a full episode because I don't want to give away a bunch of spoilers on an absolutely excellent documentary Netflix series that everyone should go and see. I can't believe it took me almost 5 years to listen to this, but it did, and it blew my mind, and it's well worth listening to, watching from beginning to end, maybe more than once. It's Wormwood. Everybody, of course I don't mean everybody, just everybody who probably listens to this podcast is familiar with the story of Frank Olson, who was a scientist who worked for the government, specifically the Army, and who in 1953 was given LSD by the CIA without his knowledge or consent, and who, as the story goes, had a bad trip and jumped out of a skyscraper window and crashed to his death. That's the story we've been told, and that story is bad enough. But what if that story was really only the cover story? Okay? There's a lot here. It's really well done. 6 episodes of about 40 minutes each. Well worth your time. Again, I don't want to give away a bunch of spoilers that really are fascinating and open so many threads to track down. But definitely 2 thumbs up and then some for Wormwood. It's available on Netflix. It's probably available elsewhere, but that's where I watched it. I binged watched it in 2 chunks, and it's something you want to watch with your full attention because it's loaded with detail. The son of Frank Olson spends a large amount of his life investigating his father's death. There's also an incredible appearance by extremely prominent journalist Seymour Hersh, and there's just a lot here. I will give you the heads up that the director, Errol Morris, who does a fantastic job, does use some artistic flourishes. This is not a straightforward, just people talking documentary. There are reenactments, there are recreations, there are some small amount of artistic license, but it's a true story, and it raises so many questions and hints at so many things that make me think of that phrase from Training Day, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. This is really good material, and if you have not seen it, definitely go view Wormwood as soon as you can. Watch the whole thing, watch it closely. It is just material that makes you wonder, how did this get past the censors? It must be everything else that's going on, because this is loaded with just fascinating information. So that's my recommendation. Go see Wormwood. Go look up the things it mentions, and it will truly be a learning experience that leads to copious rabbit holes. So that's what I have to say about it. Thank you for listening. This is The Weird Part. I'm Vincent Treewell. Go see Wormwood. Good night.